Let's make some secret doors, shall we? Hello, welcome to the Battling Barrow, and in this video we are going to be continuing making stuff for the dungeon tile system I use. We've got standard tiles, cavern tiles, doors and traps for it, as well as all the scatter pieces, but I thought, what about secret doors? How are we going to represent those? We're going to make two types in this. We're going to make one for a sort of normal dungeon that's set in a castle or a building or the like. So we're going to make a sort of trapdoor for that will come out of the wall. And we're going to make one for the caverns, which is similar but more cavern looking. So let's get making. So to make secret doors for the dungeons rooms, I'm going to base it upon a normal door, so the size, the dimensions of it. Ideally I'd like to make this out of 10mm foam, but I've only got 6mm foam, so that will do. So I'm going to get a square or rectangle that's the same sort of width and height as the door, and a base out of chipboard that will match. Now from this, what I'm going to do is draw the secret door shape in. So on the left hand side I'm going to draw the bit where it would be hinged, so it's going to be in blocks, and then the rest of it will just be flat sort of lines as the door itself. I shall then at this stage come in with a texture roller. This is like a wall one I use for walls, and just roll over that on both sides. Using a hot wire cutter, I shall cut out the door from the frame. Once that's done, it's all a case of gluing it together. So I'm going to put some PVA glue into the frame hinge area. You can use hot glue if you want for quickness. I'm also going to put PVA and glue at the bottom so I can glue it to the base. Then I'm going to get the door and fit it into the hinges in an open type fashion, but not fully, so about 60-degree angle, and then I'm going to glue this to the base and let this dry. Undercoat it in black, paint it in various shades of grey with dry brushes and washes, and you're done. So for cavern secret doors, it's a similar process, but I'm going to use this somewhat thick, it's about an inch thick, bit of expanding foam, and I'm going to use the same method I did for my magnetic cavern walls. I'm going to use a hot wire cutter and cut just a bit of a rough pattern into it on the going vertically, and I shall do this on both sides. Once that's done, I shall also use a hot wire cutter to cut out a door section. In this case, no hinges as such, it's just a straight up door shape. And I shall leave about ½ inch around the edge as the door frame that's in the wall. Once that's cut, I'm just going to test fitting together. What I decided to do is angle off one of the door frame bits to make it easier to put the door in. And once that's done, it opens and gives enough room to get through the door. Now time to apply some mod rock. This is just plaster on a roll. I use this a lot in my videos, it's great stuff. I just cut it into thin strips, and once I've cut it into thin strips, I soak 2 strips at a time into some water. And then it's just a case of leaving it there for a few seconds and then taking the strips out and putting them over the foam and smoothing out the plaster to make it look rock-like. This will take about 24 hours to dry. When it's dry, you have a nice toughened piece, and it is nicely textured as well. I just want to make sure it still fits together well due to the plaster. And then I'll make a base out of chipboard. These of course could be painted up in the same way as I did my magnetic cavern walls earlier on in the year, but for this I'm going to go try a different method. I am going to undercoat them in black, dry brush them in a grey, and then a light dry brush of tan. I am also then going to wash it in black wash. And whilst the black wash is still wet, I'm going to come in with a brown wash and put over the piece, concentrating on the deeper cracks but going over all over really to give it a nice cavern-esque appearance. And once the paint's dry, it's a case of gluing it all together. So I'm going to put some glue on the bottom to glue to the base, and some glue on the angled bit of the wall and glue the door into it. And with that, that's the 2 secret door types done. Let's have a look at them. Last time our adventurers explored a strange dungeon that just seemingly just traps, with no other doors. The thief suggests he searches for secret doors. Aha! Found one, right by the entrance, leading to a room. Let's go in. There's not another door in this room, so let me work my magic again. Just as I thought, a cavern door leading into the depths below.